Louis Tomlinson has been betrayed. Right now, as you watch this, the internet is in complete meltdown. Viral photos have leaked across TikTok and Twitter that have shattered the trust of millions of devoted fans worldwide. And the person at the center of this storm has gone completely, chillingly silent. What those photos show, who leaked them, and why the people closest to Louis are scrambling in full panic mode, that is exactly what we are breaking down today. Stay with us. The night the photos dropped. To understand the full weight of what just happened, you have to picture the exact moment it started. There was no warning, no headline building up to it, no carefully placed rumors circulating through the usual celebrity gossip channels. Just a quiet evening that turned, within the space of a single hour, into one of the most chaotic nights the One Direction fanbase has experienced in years. Someone, and investigators are still working to determine exactly who, gained access to behind-the-scenes images from a major television set. And instead of keeping them private, they dropped every single one of them directly onto the open internet. The photos spread with a speed that even the most experienced social media managers in the entertainment industry found difficult to believe. Within minutes of the first image appearing on Twitter, clips and screenshots were already flooding TikTok For You pages across America, Europe, and Asia simultaneously. The algorithm did what it always does when something feels forbidden and intimate. It pushed the content everywhere, to everyone, all at once. And what those images appeared to show stopped fans mid-scroll and forced them to look twice. The photos allegedly captured an intimate, close moment between Louis's partner, Zara McDermott, and another high-profile celebrity. The kind of moment that, pulled from its full context and placed into the unforgiving hands of the internet, immediately reads as something it may or may not actually be. Within the hour, cheating allegations were not just circulating, they were trending. Comment sections on every major entertainment platform became battlegrounds. And the mood among Louis Tomlinson's fiercely devoted fanbase shifted from curiosity to outrage with a velocity that no publicist on earth could have gotten ahead of. Sources close to the situation have since come forward to claim that the photos are being completely misread, that what appears in the images has a perfectly innocent explanation that the cropped, out-of-context versions being shared online deliberately obscure. But here is the brutal, uncomfortable truth about how the internet works in 2026. The explanation does not matter anywhere near as much as the image. The image lands first. The image spreads first. The image does the damage. And by the time any kind of clarifying statement can be drafted, reviewed by legal teams, approved, and posted, the narrative has already been written by 10 million people who were not there. The fan fury nobody could stop. If you are not deeply familiar with the One Direction fanbase, it is very easy to underestimate what happened next. This is not an ordinary fan community. This is one of the most organized, most digitally sophisticated, and most emotionally invested fan armies ever assembled around a single artist, or in this case, 5 artists, in the history of modern pop music. These are people who have followed Louis Tomlinson through the highest peaks and the most devastating valleys of his personal life. They were there when he lost his mother. They were there through every professional setback and every personal hardship. They do not simply listen to his music. They feel personally connected to his story in a way that very few fan bases in the world can genuinely claim. So when those photos dropped and the cheating allegations began circulating, the response was not passive. It was immediate, coordinated, and overwhelming. Hashtags supporting Louis climbed to the top of trending charts in the United States, the United Kingdom, and Australia within hours. Fans began compiling timelines, cross-referencing public appearances, and posting detailed analytical threads dissecting every pixel of the leaked images in an effort to either confirm or disprove what they were seeing. Private legal teams and public relations managers working for the parties involved reportedly began making urgent phone calls before midnight, desperately attempting to get ahead of a narrative that had already irreversibly slipped out of their control. What made the backlash particularly ferocious was its personal edge. This was not anonymous internet outrage directed at a distant celebrity. For millions of Louis Tomlinson fans, this felt like watching someone they genuinely loved get hurt in real time. They flooded comment sections, dug through old interviews and paparazzi timelines, and built detailed cases around every pixel of the leaked images. Fan accounts that normally post concert clips pivoted entirely to covering the story around the clock, treating it with the same intensity that news organizations bring to a breaking political scandal. Because to them, it was exactly that serious. But perhaps the most alarming signal of all, the detail that sent the speculation into overdrive and kept the story burning for days rather than hours, was Louis Tomlinson's silence. He posted nothing. He responded to nothing. He acknowledged nothing publicly. In an era where celebrities are expected to address major controversies within hours, sometimes minutes, his complete and total absence from every platform read as deeply meaningful to the millions of fans refreshing his pages around the clock. Was the silence strategic, carefully advised by his legal team while they assessed the full damage? Or was it something far more personal, the silence of a man who is genuinely hurt, genuinely processing, and not yet ready to perform composure for a public that already feels it owns a piece of him? When private pain becomes public property. Louis Tomlinson has faced things in his life that would have broken most people entirely. He lost his mother, Johanna Deacon, in 2016, a grief he carried publicly with a dignity that earned him the deep, lasting respect of everyone who witnessed it. He has navigated the complicated aftermath of being 1/5 of the biggest boy band the world has ever seen, carving out a solo career on his own terms while carrying the weight of One Direction's enormous legacy on his shoulders. He has shown over and over again that he is not someone who fractures easily under pressure. But what is happening right now is a different kind of pressure. This is not industry politics or creative criticism or the normal turbulence of a pop career in transition. This is his private life, the most intimate, personal, carefully guarded parts of who he is as a human being, being torn open and handed to the internet without his consent. And the internet, as it always does, is consuming it hungrily, without pause, without nuance, and without any particular concern for the real person at the center of the storm. The photos may be nothing. The situation may resolve quietly and completely in the days ahead. Louis and Zara may emerge from this stronger, more united, and ready to move forward together. Or this may mark a genuine turning point in the relationship, in his relationship with public life, and in his willingness to continue giving the world access to any part of himself at all. The entertainment industry has a long history of consuming its artists slowly and calling it admiration. Louis Tomlinson has always pushed back against that. The question now is whether this latest invasion of his private world pushes him to pull back further, or whether it lights a fire in him that comes out in the music. Only he knows the answer to that. What the rest of us know is something simpler and more uncomfortable. Fame does not end when the cameras stop rolling. And for Louis Tomlinson, the most painful moments have never quite belonged to him alone. They belong to the internet, to the fans, and to the headlines, whether he consents to that or not. Tell us honestly what you think in the comments below. Is the internet jumping to conclusions too fast, or is the backlash completely justified? Drop a like, subscribe to Celebrity Things for more raw celebrity breakdowns, and turn on notifications. We will see you next time.